Welcome to the Man of Recaps. We're talking about The 100 right now. I just put up that big seasons 1 through 5 recap. That was a lot of fun. It was a show I hadn't watched before, actually. So I had to basically binge it all just before this recap. And a little insider information, I was way behind. It was taking a long time to watch all the episodes, pull all the clips, get them together. So I ended up pulling an all-nighter Monday night. It was rough, but I did it. Got it out before the premiere. Review time? Let's start big picture. I kind of really like the show now. When it first started, I thought it looked pretty dumb. Just some teenage drama, but I stuck with it because I read reviews. A lot of people loved it, especially as the seasons moved on. And the thing is, I actually really like the concept in general. I love a good post-apocalyptic recolonization of Earth, riding out the nuclear apocalypse in space. That's a really cool idea. Yeah, the show actually hooked me early. Right at the end of the first episode, Jasper's celebrating, and I'm like, okay, this show's dumb. And then boom, gets hit with a spear. I was like, okay, this is going somewhere. And yeah, as it goes on, you start to really like the characters. I always like it when a character, Clark has to make these tough decisions to be ruthless and kill a lot of people in order to save her people. The show reminds me a lot of Walking Dead. For one, it's a similar setting, a post-apocalyptic world with very few human survivors, what they have to do to survive. It also reminds me of Walking Dead because I love a lot of the setting and the story and the characters, but any given episode, it's a little bit dragged out. I'm sort of getting bored. I was playing video games with half my screen through most of the episodes. It's probably why I got some names wrong. People called me out for Wells. I thought he was Will. And I said spaced instead of floated. Where's my head? Of course you get floated. Spaced is like what? The Expanse, do they say that? But yeah, long story short, by the end of season 5, I'm a fan of the show now. Pretty excited for season 6. I haven't watched the premiere yet because I don't have cable. Someone said that in Canada, it's on Netflix already, so that's cool. I think in America here, I have to watch it on like the CW app. Ugh. But yeah, it's worth it. I want to see where this season is going. They went to a whole new planet. It's kind of sad. I mean, I'm gonna miss Earth. They had built such a great world there. I loved learning more and more about the Grounder civilization as we went on. At first you think it's just whatever tribe's here, then it's like, oh, they have a whole city, a commander who leads 12 tribes. I'll tell you what else is funny, the Grounder language. At first I thought it was so dumb, I'm like, it's been only 100 years, like, why are they inventing a new language? Just speak English. But then once I started listening closely and reading the subtitles, I was like, oh, they are kind of speaking English. It made me really happy after that. I kept paying attention to things. It's like, hey, let's fight, is like, we to throw down. A lot of really cool names. Wanheda, the Commander of Death. Bloodraina, the Red Queen. Skyrippa, that was my favorite one, actually. Octavia, big fan of Octavia. Super hot. And I like that her character started out as just like the slutty one. She kissed like 4 different guys in the first 3 episodes. But then she becomes this badass warrior. And then eventually when she was the Red Queen, became a leader. Bellamy and Clark, is this the season they get together? Alien Planet? I think so. It's always funny whenever Bellamy has a girlfriend because like I know she's gonna die. Who else we got? Murphy. Great dude. I mean, when the show started, I hated him. When they were gonna hang him, I was like, honestly, even if he's innocent, this is for the best. But he's grown too. I mean, he's still an incorrigible douchebag, but now he's our incorrigible douchebag. Anyway, thanks a lot to those of you who recommended I recap the 100. It was a really fun watch and a really fun recap to do. It did take a long time to do though. Next recap, I want to do something that's only 1 or 2 seasons maybe. In fact, I'll make a poll here on Patreon. I've got a couple ideas on what next. I want to see what you guys think about these shows, if you love them, if you want them. And I've actually got a special treat coming out before Detective Pikachu. It's Pokemon related. You'll see. So as always, thanks so much for supporting me here on Patreon. It's really helpful. And we're growing. Look at those numbers now. Welcome to everyone who's joined in. I'm glad you like my recaps. I have so many more shows and movies I want to recap, and now you're helping make that happen. So thank you. Till next time, Man of Recaps out.